Hold up just a minute. Stop whatever you're doing, stop scrolling, stop running from what you're about to hear. This ain't no coincidence, and you know it deep down. Something just tightened in your chest, something behind your eyes started burning. 'Cause the deepest part of your soul already knows what's happening right this very second. Saint Michael the Archangel, the mighty commander of heaven's armies, the one who knocked down that ancient serpent with one fierce strike of divine fire, he's standing right there beside you. He ain't just passing through. He ain't just visiting. He's been posted up at your side by a direct order from the throne of the Most High, watching you now with eyes that burn like molten bronze. He sees the heavy load you carry. He sees the tears you swallowed quiet, 'cause you didn't want to look weak. He sees every scar on your spirit, carved out by hands you once trusted, by mouths that once whispered love, but were secretly plotting your downfall. And he didn't come to watch you fall, no, sir. He came 'cause heaven declared this the hour of your rising, the moment when all that was stolen from you starts coming back with a fury. Ain't no force in hell or on earth got the power to stop what's already been set in motion for your life. You weren't just randomly picked up to hear this message. Your name was spoken in heaven's courts before the world was even made. And the fact you're hearing this right now, that's proof the seal on your life's been broken. A new season of power, favor, and justice is pouring out on you starting today. Don't look away. Don't let doubt whisper in your ear that this is just another video. The enemy spent years training you to ignore divine signs, to scroll past your own deliverance, to laugh at the very words that hold your freedom. But something inside wouldn't let you leave. Something held your finger still. That something is the same Archangel standing at your right hand, sword aflame, ready to cut every chain, every curse, every hidden thread of darkness wrapped round your destiny since the day they decided you were an easy mark. Listen close, 'cause what I'm about to lay out over this message will explain everything. Every closed door, every betrayal, every night you couldn't sleep 'cause your mind was under siege, every chance that slipped away just as you reached for it. There's a reason for all of it, and it ain't what you think. You've been under a coordinated spiritual attack, and St. Michael himself has come to end it tonight. Now let me speak right to that hurt you've been hiding from the world. You smile in public, but you scream in private. You put on strength for folks round you. But when the lights go out and you're alone with your thoughts, there's a weight pressing down on your chest like a stone slab being lowered on a tomb. You've been betrayed by folks who ate at your table. You opened your heart, gave your time, your energy, your money, your loyalty, and what did you get back? Lies, abandonment, mockery behind your back. Folks you defended with your own good name turned round and used your secrets like weapons against you. But the hardest part ain't even the betrayal itself. No, the hardest part is that little poisoned voice deep inside whispering, maybe you deserved it. Maybe you were too trusting. Maybe you're just plain foolish. Maybe there's something broken in you that draws destruction and pushes away blessing. That voice ain't yours. I need you to hear that right here, right now. That voice is a planted whisper from a demonic assignment put over your life to make you give up on your worth, to make you shrink down, to settle for crumbs when there's already a feast laid out in your name. Think about the money troubles you've been under, how it seems to flow to everyone else but slips right through your fingers no matter how hard you work. Think about the relationships that crumbled without warning, the jobs that vanished at the worst time, the sickness that crept in just when you thought you were getting ahead. This ain't bad luck. This ain't the universe punishing you. No, this is a strategic layered attack meant to break your spirit before you find out who you really are and what you're truly made to carry. The enemy don't waste ammo on empty targets. The fierceness of the fight against your life is the clearest sign of how big your calling really is. They didn't come after you 'cause you're weak. They came 'cause something inside you scares the kingdom of darkness, and they've been trying to bury it before it wakes up full force. Now I need you to understand something most folks never will, 'cause it takes spiritual eyes open through pain. What you see in this world, the troubles, the hurt, the betrayals, that's just the surface. It's the visible leftovers of an invisible war. And this is where the real revelation starts. Right now, this very moment, something unprecedented is going on in the heavenly realm for you. Saint Michael the Archangel has been given a direct order from the Almighty's throne, and it's about your bloodline, your money, your health, and every door that's been supernaturally shut tight against you. I want you to understand this ain't no general blessing pouring out on the crowd. This is a targeted move for a specific chosen soul, and if your heart's racing right now, If your eyes are filling up, if something inside you's trembling with knowing, then you're the one this message was made for. In heaven's courts a case has been opened. Every tear you cried in secret has been gathered and put on the table. Every prayer you whispered when you had no strength left to pray out loud has been recorded and played before the Most High's council. Every kind act you did while your heart was bleeding, every time you chose forgiveness when you could have destroyed, every moment you kept your integrity when no one was watching, all of it's in heaven's record, and the verdict's already been made. That's why it's so important you understand the full armor made available to you. The book called The 7 Swords of St. Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen, was written right for this moment in your life. It reveals the 7 spiritual weapons St. Michael wields for those who are called, and it shows you how to activate each one through prayer, declaration, and positioning. The link to download this digital book is pinned right at the top of the comments. It's the first pinned comment. There are forces that have already tried to bury this content because it breaks down the lies keeping chosen souls stuck in defeat's cycle. Don't let this moment slip by. Right now, comment "I am chosen" and I will download the digital book. Then head to that first pinned comment and claim your copy. What I'm about to share next will only make full sense to those holding the key. The verdict handed down in heaven's courts ain't just a promise for the future. It's a present truth already taking effect. Right now, as these words reach your ears, angels are being sent out to every part of your life where the enemy set up an illegal camp. Every curse whispered over you by jealous tongues, every dark spell set in your path by folks who smiled wide but hid their shadows, every chain of trouble passed down through your family like a poisoned legacy, all of it's breaking apart right now. St. Michael himself is leading this fight, and let me tell you, he don't bargain with the darkness. He don't file no petitions. He don't ask for no permission. He strikes with the power of the one who reigns above, and when his sword swings, nothing stands. Those who aim to bring you down are already feeling the ground tremble beneath them. The ones who laughed at your pain, who cheered your worst moments, who bet on your ruin. Their own reckoning is coming, not 'cause you wished them harm, but because heaven's justice moves steady and sure. What was laid on you will be laid back on them with interest. The traps they set for your feet will catch their own ankles. The shame they tried to pin on you will settle on their own kin. This ain't revenge. It's divine math, the universe balancing itself in your favor after a long stretch of unfairness. Now I gotta talk about the change stirring up inside you, 'cause you can feel it, even if you can't quite name it yet. There's a fire sparking slow and steady in your belly, a heat rising through your chest, filling your throat with something that ain't sadness or anger. It's something far stronger. It's authority. It's the waking of the warrior who's been laying dormant inside you, the one the enemy tried to lull to sleep with depression, distraction, tiredness, and heartbreak. That warrior's waking up, stretching its limbs, opening its eyes for the first time in years, and what it sees ain't the battlefield of defeat you've been tripping over. No, sir. It sees a field of victory that's been there all along, just hidden behind the smoke of the enemy's lies. The pain you carried wasn't meant to break you. It was the furnace that forged you into something unbreakable. Every tear tempered your spirit. Every betrayal taught you wisdom. Every closed door steered you clear of traps that'd have swallowed you whole. You thought you were dying, but you were being reforged. You thought you were losing, but you were being positioned. And now that positioning is done, the blade is pulled from the fire, and the one who's coming out of this season won't look a thing like the person folks thought they'd seen for the last time. Now take this with open hands, 'cause heaven's fixing to speak over every part of your life, with a clear promise that leaves no room for doubt. Money's coming your way like you ain't never seen before. I ain't talking about just enough to get by, or barely making it through another month. I'm talking about a sudden overflow so big it'll change the whole story of your family line. Debts that have haunted you for years will vanish in ways that don't make no sense to folks. Chances you missed will come back stronger than ever. Doors that weren't just closed but welded shut will be blown right open. No gatekeeper can hold them back. That business idea you buried 'cause fear whispered it'd fail. It's about to be brought back to life by the breath of God, and it'll bring wealth not just for you but for 3 generations down the line. Your health is getting better as you hear this. That chronic pain no doctor could explain, that tiredness no amount of rest could cure, that anxiety coiled round your mind like a snake squeezing the life out of every hopeful thought. It's all getting uprooted at the source. This ain't no slow fix, it's a sudden shift, a divine reset of your whole being, body, soul and spirit, 'cause the mission ahead needs a vessel working at full strength. And to those who laughed at you, called your faith foolish, watched you cry and felt nothing, stole from you and slept easy, justice ain't just coming. Justice is here. They'll see you rise and know the hand on your life ain't no human one. They'll come to you with apologies you didn't ask for, seeking your favor after trying to break your future. But you'll look at 'em not with hate, but with a quiet, steady calm, the kind only folks who always knew this day would come can have. Remember what I said about the layers of this battle. What you're hearing now goes deeper than words. There's a digital book, The 7 Swords of St. Michael the Archangel, holding the exact prayers and spiritual steps that activate each layer of protection and restoration I'm talking about. Each sword targets a different kind of attack, from money troubles to broken relationships, generational chains to spiritual blindness. This ain't ordinary knowledge. This is hidden truth, locked away for centuries and now being shared with the brave. The link's in the top pinned comment. Head there now and type, "I am chosen," to download the digital book. A declaration of war against every chain that's held you down. Then start the activation tonight, 'cause what's coming next will need the armor only these 7 swords can give. The season you're stepping into ain't got no precedent in your life or your family's history. What's about to come through you will be the story your grandchildren tell their grandchildren. You ain't just getting blessed, you're being set up as a pillar, a living monument to what happens when heaven steps in directly. Folks who left you will come back, not 'cause you need 'em, but 'cause the pull of your anointing will draw 'em in. But you'll be different now. You won't welcome anyone to your table who hasn't shown loyalty through your trials. You won't open your heart to hands that have already proven they can hurt. The discernment St. Michael's waking up in you will let you see folks' true intentions before they even speak. You'll know who's sent by heaven and who's sent by the enemy, disguised as a friend. And that discernment will shield not just you, but everyone tied to your destiny. Your family'll be covered. Your children'll walk in supernatural protection. Your home will be a fortress no weapon can break, 'cause the 7 swords of St. Michael will guard every door, every window, every way in, both seen and unseen. Now let me be plain about what the enemy didn't want you to find out. There's a pattern running through your family line, one that's been there for generations. Money troubles that don't make sense. Marriages falling apart at the same point. Health crises hitting when things looked brightest. Talented folks never reaching their potential. Anointed voices silenced before they even speak. This ain't no accident, and it ain't just genetics. Well, now listen here. This right here is a generational curse, a heavy burden passed down through your kin, born out of some deep spiritual betrayal done to your ancestors long ago. So long, no one living can rightly recall when it started. But tonight, St. Michael himself is pulling that curse out by the roots. Tonight, that dark code's getting wiped clean, that curse is turning around, and every blessing that was stolen from your family line over all these years is getting rerouted back to you, the one chosen to carry this restoration. There's a digital book, y'all. It lays out plain how these generational chains work and hands you 7 special prayers to cut those ties for good. Now, just scroll up to the first pinned comment at the top of the comment section, click that link, and take this most important step tonight. I'm calling you forward now. Not in a soft whisper, but with the full voice of prophetic power carried in this message. You got a choice to make, and you got to make it right now. Faith ain't some feeling you wait on. It's a stand you take when all around you. And inside you too, it's hollering that it's too late, that you're too broken, that you missed your chance. But hear me clear. With all the heavenly weight behind my words, you ain't missed a thing. That window ain't closing. It's being thrown wide open, wider than it ever was. What's waiting on the other side of your yes is so beautiful, so powerful. If you could see it now, your knees buckle and tears of joy would flow like never before. But you gotta step up. Plant your feet on that promise and don't you dare move. Say it out loud where you are. I receive this word. My chains are broken. The 7 swords of St. Michael are activated over my life. I'm walking into my new season with heaven's full armor, and nothing can stop me. Drop those words right down in the comments so the whole spirit world can hear your declaration, and every angel sent to your breakthrough knows you've taken your stand. Don't be passive now, no sir. That's the enemy's favorite trick, 'cause he don't gotta lift a finger.